The space industry's dirty secret. Most tech is built out of spec. No universal standards, just chaos. Picture this. I'm floating just outside the solar system and it's not empty. Around the sun is a giant invisible bubble, like a protective force field, rushing through the galaxy. Inside it, our planet's orbit. Outside, interstellar space pushes back. You can't see the bubble, but you can feel its edge if you were a charged particle slamming into it. Okay, here's what you're actually looking at. That bubble is the heliosphere, the region carved out by the solar wind, a stream of particles blown off the sun. As the sun plows through the galaxy, that wind inflates a teardrop-shaped zone. The outer wall, the heliopause, is where our wind loses the tug-of-war against the thin gas between stars. It's not a hard shell, more like a cushion of resistance. Now, the planets aren't nailed to a flat tabletop, they're dancing in 3D. While they orbit the sun itself is moving around the Milky Way at roughly 220 kilometers per second. That means each planet draws a long corkscrew trail through space, like a pendulum swing stretched into a spiral. Gravity is the choreographer here, about that invisible space field giving everything mass. Great instinct. The Higgs field does give fundamental particles their mass, so matter isn't just zipping at light speed. That's a huge deal. But the thing that organizes planets and keeps them in their lanes is gravity, space itself curving around mass and energy. Higgs makes mass possible. Gravity makes structure inevitable. Put it together and you get a layered universe. Local sculptor, gravity shapes, orbits, and holds the solar system together. Global windshield, the heliosphere blocks and bends much of the high-speed stuff flying at us from the galaxy. Background setting, the sun and its bubble drift through the Milky Way, so our whole neighborhood is constantly changing where it is in 3D space. So yeah, our solar system is tagged by the sun, moving as one through the void, with a soft boundary that pushes back and a cosmic pendulum vibe that turns circles into spirals. Invisible fields aren't just sci-fi, they're the quiet architects of where we can go and how we get there. I grew up on the idea that space bends, time stretches, and light is the cosmic speed limit carved into the universe itself. But what if instead space is a flat modular grid and the universe runs on a different set of rules entirely? Today I'm trying on a radical frame called the quantum physics theory space model. I started skeptical. I'm still skeptical, but I'm curious enough to walk through it with you. If nothing else, thinking hard about wild ideas clarifies what we really know. First, the big claim: space isn't curved, it's flat and modular. Picture a vast grid, not a rubber sheet. Celestial bodies don't bend this grid, they anchor to it like pins aligning a map. Second, the expanse. The expanse is a neutral, non-density field that governs acceleration. Inside a local frame, mass and time drop out. Space becomes massless and effectively undetectable. Ships don't fight inertia, they surf a governing field. Third, light and time go local. The speed of light isn't a universal constant, it's capped in your immediate vicinity. Time doesn't fuse with space, no time dilation. A clock is just a machine ticking to Earth's rotation and nothing deeper. Fourth, separate the laws. Mass and energy, not equivalent. E doesn't equal mc2 here. Particle physics lives in its own lane. Celestial gravity occupies another lane. The expanse's zero-point energy is a third rail, distinct systems. Fifth, gravitation and propagation. Gravitational lensing, the bending of starlight around galaxies, isn't curvature. It's minuscule vibration steering paths. Only fundamental massless particles are gravitons. They propagate and reset at light speed to keep the field continuous. The model rejects Einstein's single curvature-based foundation. Instead, a modular universe stitched by interactions among particles, celestial gravity, and the expanse's zero-point energy, particles, celestial gravity, and the expanse's zero-point energy. So, if I take this seriously for a moment, what would I look for? Test 1. Localized light speed. Expect measurable discrepancies comparing signals across frames or altitudes beyond relativity's predictions. Synchronize lasers between satellites and ground stations, hunting for tiny frame-bound shifts. Test 2. Time without dilation. High-speed aircraft and satellite clocks should not diverge from ground clocks once mechanical and environmental effects are removed. If time is a dial tied to Earth's rotation, inertial and gravitational time shifts should vanish. Test 3. Lensing via vibration signatures. Micro-vibration lensing would leave a spectral fingerprint. Frequency-bound deviations in lensing arcs. Test 4. Mass-energy separation. Particle collisions that create mass from energy need reinterpretation. Look for events where energy tallies without invoking mass equivalence but still match detector counts. Test 5. The expanse is a propulsion field. Ships riding the field should show thrust without exchanging reaction mass, obeying a local acceleration rule tied to expanse parameters. That's bold but testable. None of this is trivial. Relativity is past brutal exams, GPS timing, particle lifetimes, gravitational waves, black hole shadows. Any challenger must explain those and predict something cleaner, sharper, unmistakable. Do I buy this model? Not yet. I'm intrigued by modularizing reality, separate domains, localized constants, and reframe gravity as vibration and propagation. If it's wrong, pressing it shows where and why current theories shine. If a sliver is right, it could point to an experiment we haven't thought to run. Skeptic to curious. That's the journey. If you've got a testable prediction I missed, drop it. The universe rewards ideas that step into the arena.